Okay. The other thing I can do is just say screw it to the container and just
Go around
the
it.
conveyor belts connect. Yeah, like I may just do that, Okay, that's
We
what we're
have a foundry.
doing. Nice.
Now I just need
Turns
to
out all
feed
that
both
complaining-
resources into it.
Yeah, okay. We're not doing that. You're doing that.
Yeah, well, you can do it in spirit.
No.
Spirit.
Okay, we'll tear up that belt. We'll put that in there. And let's see what happens. Well, it looks like the screws are going to be going in fine now. Yep. They also speed up. They speed up as soon as they hit that second tier conveyor belt. So I can't wait to start upgrading
Everything.
Yeah, upgrading the other conveyor belts so they're not so damn slow. Do we have a whole lot of reinforced iron just sitting around at this point? I would assume
I keep
absolutely
grabbing
not.
it.
Yeah.
Specifically to deal with all the shit that we're trying to use. What's up?
Generators. Looks like all of our biomass burners are don't have any fuel.
Ah.
It's made up
We
for
also,
the fact that
we also
have
may have
all the
completely
coal.
moved on from them by now.
Yeah, they're we're done with renewable energy at this point.
Yep. I am out. Oh, shit. I am out of any steel to make tier 2 conveyors with.
So the foundry, you mean reinforced iron?
Yeah. I need to ramp up like every component of our production.
Walk straight into the convey.
There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, these are all tier 1, I think.
That's
so they're not going to feed
We'll
very
worry about
fast.
that later.
But we're working on it.
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, what are we gonna do with this?
With the output of it?
We're gonna store the steel.
For now, I can just have it spit out directly into a thing, just so that it at least makes the stuff.
Okay.
Instead of sitting here not making stuff.
Okay, sounds good. And it just requires the raw stuff. We don't put like ingots or anything like that, right?
I hope. Iron or coal, yeah. So it should have everything it needs once that iron slowly gets there. A lot of what we need to do now is probably scale.
Yeah, I think that it might be worth it to start scaling and start replacing a lot of our conveyor belts. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that our biggest weak point right now by far is our reinforced iron production. So I think that one thing that we can do to get this bootstrapped a little bit is to probably start upgrading the tier 1 conveyor belts along the entire screw assembly. The other thing that we can do is probably just have another assembler for screws.
Does the new path you made for the screws, is the new path you made tier 1?
Most of it is tier 1, yeah, because you were using all the reinforced iron, so I was just making it work.
Yeah, that's definitely slower than anything we had before then.
Exactly.
I think it was all tier 2 a moment ago.
It was not all tier 2. It was tier 1 leading up to the cargo thing. And then tier 2 coming out of it. Well, anyway,
Let's see.
I'm just gonna start by upgrading that because I'm pretty sure that's an absolutely essential thing that we need to do.
Yeah, we need that to go faster, and we also just might need a second thing making it.
Yeah, I think.
Although
I
did jam a lot of speed boost into it, though.
Yeah, I think. Let me just see what happens if we just start upgrading this stuff. You know.
Yeah, it's pretty sped up. So the primary problem right now is just that it's not getting enough. Just not getting enough screws fast enough.
I think that screws just aren't being fed out of it, or yeah, so screws aren't being fed into it, and I think that screws aren't coming out of the assembler fast enough. So I'm gonna upgrade the conveyor belts leading out of the screw assembler, and
we'll probably just have to manually craft a bunch of reinforced iron
that's
in
literally
order to
what
make any progress. Yeah.
I am 2 steps ahead of you on that. That's what I did to get to this point. Okay, let me see if this has made a difference now. It definitely should have. Okay, it looks like, yeah, this basically had the effect of doubling our screw output speed. Now what I'm concerned with is if we've done that, if the screw assembler is going to get enough iron rods to keep up with its production. And it looks like it can. We might want to consider clocking this up then.
Or doubling the, or just building more. We don't really have a lot of clocking it up options.
Okay.
Because we need to, every single one of those crystals is a slug.
Okay.
So like, that's not something we can just craft. We have to discover them the long way.
Okay. It looks like... So that goes down to 9. Let me just see something real quick. Let's go do some mental math. Yeah, we're still not pumping screws fast enough into the purple pimp-ass assembler that you set up over here.
The pimp-ass assembler. You talking about the reinforced iron producer thing?
Yeah. Or as somebody has lovingly dubbed it, the screw put.
The screw put?
Yeah. Instead of our throughput, our screw put throughput.
We also got these iron ingots that just stop here on this track in midair.
Yeah, I didn't do anything about it, so I'm blaming you.
No, I cut that off because it was going into a building that used to make the screws. So it became useless at the moment, and it needs to be redirected ultimately.
Keith, I'm gonna also point out that when you overclock a building, you have to actually drag the meter over to overclock it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's dragged over.
It wasn't on my end.
Oh.
But maybe that's just probably speaking to the glitches that we've had.
Yeah, it was dragged over on my end, but also it needs to physically get the screws in order to get the benefits of being overclocked anyway.
Yeah, so I think that what we need to do is probably just move on to Mark III conveyor belts.
Yeah, that's one thing that can help. Oh yeah, it's time to pick a new research, which will be that, because...
Cool, I'll pick it.
Yep.
It's literally our only option.
Yeah, it's our only option right now. Period.
Okay, cool.
How are we still putting... We're still putting cables and wires into things, which is just kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Like they're such minor components.
And we have metric ass loads.
We have we have a thing that just constantly fills itself with those because we don't need them for anything besides research.
Okay, I have the wire. I'll put the wires in.
I got the cables.
Cool.
Cool. Now we need to make motors and reinforce, and modular frames, which are also the same things we need to make to send to the base. So we still need to we need to make buildings that actually craft those, so we can actually send them to the moon base thing, or the space elevator.
For now, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and handcraft those things, just because I think that'll be more beneficial to us.
Yeah. But I'm sticking with the rule of not handcrafting stuff that we put in the space elevator.
I think that's fine, yeah.
Part of it's that the requirements for how many they want are usually low enough that you could just handcraft them, but then we would never have to make them ever via the factory that is the whole game.
Fair. Are we making steel pipes yet?
No, we haven't made anything with steel yet, I don't think. I think it's literally just set up to like, we can just make them back here and stuff, but yeah, right now it's just making steel ingots and jamming them in a box.
Okay.
How far we've gotten down the process.
I'm gonna start taking some of that, and then I'm gonna work towards just handcrafting the stuff that we need for now, if that's okay. Yeah, because I think that I want to get us the Logistics Mark III to get us onto the conveyor belts sooner rather than later, because it's going to be really hard to know how we want to scale without that information available to us, you know. I am totally talking to you in business mode, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah,
but this
I'm
is literally
basically
the way
ignoring you.
That's fine. That's fucked up. Because this is the one time you're actually getting me, like, fully engrossed in a game without trying to troll you.
No, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that you definitely said a bunch of words that didn't actually say anything.
No. I'm saying that we're not going to know how we want to scale up our production until we've done Mark III conveyor belts, because we're not going to know what our weak points are.
Synergy.
Do you want me to write a doc on this? I mean, I can escalate this to upper management if it's going to be that big of a deal to you.
Oh my god.
Don't think I can't do this.
I don't think you can do that, actually. There's like context that has to happen, like me being employed and at all, technically.
Bird, learn how to shift click. I don't drive with a stick shift. You think I'm gonna learn how to shift click?
Must chop down, must destroy nature, it's in my way. There we go. Take that, nature. I'm gonna double our foundry-ing, because we're getting plenty of iron and coal in right now.
That's pretty badass. I wonder why you would ever want to use reinforced iron in like a realistic sense if you have access to steel.
The iron lobby.
Which is a part of the steel lobby? I don't know. Okay. Have you noticed that the longer you hold down the craft button, the interface actually changes over time to symbolize that you're like the
hyper crafting?
Yeah.
You've engaged in ultimate crafting mode. Deluxe.
Not bad, kid. So you know how we were saying we weren't ever using the wires?
Yeah.
We have damn near exhausted the wires now as a part of this process.
For now.
We're gonna need to really, really heavily amp up our wire production if we want to start automating the creation of motors.
Oh boy. Well, it's about time copper had something to do.
Yeah, really.
Because it's just been fucking sitting there going into a box the entire game. An exciting day for copper.
You're right. You're right.
As opposed to like freaking Factorio, where you can never finish making enough copper wire and electronic circuits because it goes into 500 things.
That was the most annoying part of Factorio, honestly, was like on our main bus just having just a disgusting amount of green circuits going everywhere.
Yeah. Let's see here. You really can't just attach a splitter to an existing track, can you? You really have to like run the track to the thing.
It sucks.
Yep.
It's truly amazing what verticality adds to the density over Factorio. You assumed when we started we would immediately run out of space. I mean, Keith, you could speak to that too. Like, damn, it makes a big difference. It makes it way worse for us to some extent, because we don't. By now, we would have run out of space and had to change something. Yeah,
but instead, we're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep going this way.
I know, it's fantastic.
We don't never have to learn from our mistakes. We can just keep building up over our mistakes. Pave over them, like Shinra.
Do people even get that reference anymore? Hey, Final Fantasy VII
I never even
played
the game.
Isn't the Final Fantasy VII remake coming out pretty soon?
No.
Oh.
They announced the idea of it like years ago, and it's never had any updates, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you could start pre-ordering it already.
That doesn't necessarily mean much. As far as I've heard, there's been no updates of any kind for like a very long time about that game, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's gonna be episodic, so gross.
No.
Yep. You're gonna have to. You have the chance to buy a remaster one episode at a time of a game that came out years ago.
Damn it.
with reinterpreted story, not a remake of the story, a new version of the story entirely by people who didn't make the original one and think they know better, and all new modern Final Fantasy combat instead of the stuff you actually like.
Oh, you can buy the copy of the original on the Switch. That's the thing that came out recently. I mean, I'd honestly potentially do it.
Yeah.
I'm a slut for that game.
People like that game.
Yeah.
It's just the combat's gonna be garbage.
No,
almost
please
certainly.
be good. Please be good, Final Fantasy.
It's from the modern Square Enix that hasn't made good combat in a game for like 15 years.
Please be good.
The fact that they're changing the combat's like super worrying news.
Oh no. It had such a great combat system. It was so simple. It had the materia system, which is amazing. Like, I mean, honestly, the materia system is just so good, and no other game has come close to like replicating that. It's really like lightning in a bottle, in my opinion.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they thought they caught lightning in a bottle, which is why they made 3 games for her.
Yeah. Square.
I'm so tired of lightning. I can't believe how successful that character was without it being a character.
Who, Roof?
No, lightning.
Oh, yeah.
She got a trilogy, one of which was literally called Lightning Returns. Because that's the amount of hype that they thought she deserved, is that they named the game after the fact that Lightning's back in this one. I just hated it so much.
Lightning Returns sounds like the name of a Sonic game. To find out that's a Final Fantasy game is like, no.
Yep.
I beg of you, why? I can hold the spacebar instead of click holding.
There we go.
Oh. That'll very, very slightly increase my productivity. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. All the stuff. Okay, I need to paint all this stuff black. Because it makes steel, which is black. Logic. I'm gonna make this stuff easy to track. Ish. Or it'll just glitch out when I try to paint it. Cool, I love that it won't work.
That'll facilitate good communications across all of our subsystems.
How dare you?
What?
How dare you say these things? There are children here.
It'll move us towards automation goals for our Q2.
Oh.
We need to be thinking about how to scale up our business, that's all.
Oh, bird, talk fiscal quarters to me.
You touched my Q2.
Ew. Hey everyone, it's Q2Pi.
Oh god, no.
I don't think we can paint tracks at all. No. Yeah, some stuff just won't paint. It just doesn't work, which is unfortunate, because then I'm awkwardly left with patches of orange buildings in the middle of a chain. I'm trying to make the through line from point A to point B of like where it starts to where it goes all one continuous color, like all the buildings involved in the process. For like here's the ones that are all involved in making reinforced iron, and here's the one that makes steel, and so on, because then we can follow it in the spaghetti by following the colored buildings.
That actually makes a lot of sense. And you don't even need to like use unique colors for everything. You just need to have them be different colors.
But sometimes it doesn't work, and also it's a lot of confetti to deal with. And then you have questions about what to do when it branches, which is its own additional question of what you want to do when something branches in a bunch of different directions. Ah, shit. Keep getting thrown off by the interface. The yellow.
I need.
Let's make all of storage bright ass yellow.
Dude, manufacturing all this stuff has been actually way more time consuming than I expected. Between
Like-
now and the last time I handcrafted a bunch of things, it got way more resource intensive.
Oh yeah, no.
Intensive.
I just made the stuff to make those 2 steel mills, and it was just a pain. You definitely don't want to do anything by hand anymore.
Different tasks right now.
Yeah.
We're able to paralyze our work
Make them
to
even
promote.
garishly brighter.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're able to. If we paralyze our work, we'll have greater velocity on our goals.
Now all of our energy, now all of our green energy is very green.
Nice.
Too green, one might say. It's also not, none of it's turned on, so whatever. Oh no, we're
What? Power consumption issues.
I'm looking at a graph, and it gets close to capped pretty often.
Well, we have a bunch of generators that we're just straight up not using. Can we, use them?
Well, the issue is we have to manually feed those, so I probably would want to just make more coal power. Maybe by finding another coal location and scaling that place up.
I mean,
or I can check. I might want to check the previous coal place to see if it can be optimized more, or if like when you rerouted some of it, it might have like created like an efficiency problem or something.
Yeah, you can go ahead and check that out if you feel like it.
And if I can't optimize that place, I'll probably make another coal place, because dear lord, the last thing I want is for our base to shut down again and then have to manually feed things until it works.
I know. I don't want that to happen. Okay, we're good to go. I am launching the logistics thing.
We can't even afford to make the tier 2 tracks, and we're like, tier 3 researched.
It's fine. What are the things you need to make, what the fuck is that?
Did you find something new and exciting?
Steel beam.
Steel beams are easy.
Well, that's all you need to do. That's literally the only resource you need to make
Mark 3?
M3. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's it.
We can just skip Mark 2 then. Because
Yeah,
I think we already have more.
literally-
I think we already have
yeah.
more steel production than we ever had iron production. Partly because it's so much simpler.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, there's a very strong reason why I wanted to shoot for Mark III, was because I knew it would give us something like this. Potentially. I didn't actually know that, but I'm
Just need to have a lot of power so we don't have the whole place shut down. I'm almost back. It's a long trek. The scary thing is that any other coal places I check out will be further away.
I'm not gonna lie, every time you say coal place, I think of Smash Mouth. It's a coal place. It just gets colder.
You bundle up now, wait till you get colder. There's just like straight up like a weird... Yeah, there's just straight up global warming messages in the middle of that song. Just kind of shows up.
I mean, has anyone ever used it to guide policy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's why people are slowly becoming more aware over time, is because they grew up listening to Smash Mouth.
I think there's another.
The Shrek memes are secretly going to save us all.
Hang on, let me see. There's like a weird issue again with the conveyor belt.
There appears to be plenty coal going into all of these generators, which means I can make even more generators.
I'm gonna mess with the reinforced iron conveyor belt system again, because there's something. It's doing something I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's
we
doing
could
another,
forget
like, weird
reinforced
thing.
iron exists.
Well,
boy, is that the
that's what we're doing
headspace
in
I'm getting to
practice.
half the time. Like, holy crap. It's so disappointing how it just does not work out continuously.
What? Reinforced iron?
Yeah. It's
I
always
know.
going wrong. Oh no, I need modular frames! I like running around with a little gun. Not a gun that shoots
Xenobasher?
people, it's a... No, I'm running around with my paint gun, but it looks like I'm running around with like a perfect dart gun.
It does. Oh man, let me take a look at it at some point.
Iron plates and steel pipes, or... reinforced iron, you rear your head again. I need a bunch of reinforced iron in order to make more coal generators.
It's not really that hard to just manufacture the reinforced iron by hand. If you have a, because you can just grab. So we have tons of iron rods, and you can just grab the iron rods and make like the screws and stuff by hand.
One issue is just that our coal's so far away. So by the time I get here, I'm like, oh, I gotta make all this now. Here we go.
So it looks like by taking out that last little bit of inefficiency with the screws, we're producing them very, very marginally faster.
Yeah, I love marginal
anymore.
progress.
Okay, new plan. Gonna start throwing conveyor belt Mark IIIs at this thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
All up in that
right?
bitch.
All upon
Until it don't
the
even know
bitch.
what to do with all that.
What you gonna do with all that bitch? All that bitch inside your hitch.
Wow. That song took a turn.
I don't know what a hitch is.
You don't know what a hitch is?
No.
Like a trailer hitch?
Isn't that the thing where you just hook like the trailer too?
Yeah, it's like the little ball thing that sticks out of the back of a truck.
Oh, so I just
That little
assumed-
that's
I
that's
just
the
implied
hitch,
that
and you attach it to it.
I just implied that all bitches are hookers. I apologize. That's my misogynistic of me.
I don't want to call you a hooker. I just want to call you a bitch. My apologies.
I mean,
I would never imply such a thing.
all you bitches and hoes out there should know that I'm trying to stop being so sexist.
I'm on sexist Lent.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can upgrade. I made a bunch of steel beams, so I'm going to start upgrading the screw line. God, that was awful sounding.
Are these even real words anymore?
What's happening here?
What is
I
happening?
don't understand this game's physics sometimes.
No, it's fine.
Oh, wait. Is the issue that finally the... No? What's going on?
There we go. That'll go somewhere.
Oh. I see.
What's up?
We need to overclock our screw assembler, or make another one at this point.
Oh, is it now
'cause we're
making them too slowly?
It's making them too slowly now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Usually making another one's easier, because we need to go out and hunt for slugs to make them faster via overclocking.
I saw one earlier. Want me to go kill it?
You can, but that only will give it 50% more production.
Well, it'll take me like 3 seconds to go get the slug if it's still there.
The main thing is, in my head, it makes sense to overclock things that are harder to make. And then when things are easier to make, just make more of the buildings.
You have a good point, but let me just go ahead and collect the slug anyway because we want it.
Oh yeah, no, kill every single slug ever.
Yeah.
No survivors.
Okay.
It's just it just might not be the best use of it.
Right, I get what you're saying.
But fuck them.
Okay, this slug is in the poison zone, but I think it's worth going for it. Oh fuck, I'm dead. Alright.
Did you just get yourself poisoned to death immediately?
No, I fell down the cliff into the poison zone.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay, so now I have two problems. But they're both next to each other, so that's good.
Oh boy.
As long as my problems are adjacent, that does make my life a little bit simpler.
Like mathematically?
I don't believe in mathematics.
Well.
You can't tell me that there's such a thing as a negative number. Do I have a negative apple? No.
They keep trying to tell me I have a negative bank account. And I'm like, I don't believe in negatives. It's against my religion. And then now they call me irrational, which is another number I don't believe in.
No, irrational numbers exist. Complex numbers exist.
It's just not negatives.
It's not negatives. Negatives don't. Never or zero.
My therapist said I need less negativity in my life. So I'm ignoring these numbers.